now, final thing I want to look at is how you train and work with your whole child, and how you can support them outside of their games and outside of their matches, even with their training. Now, there's people for it, and there's people who are against, one-to-one coaching, and I'm more on the for, because it's something I've been delivering for years, and I can see the benefits, and I have seen the benefits. But just like with all coaching, it depends on the delivery. Now, there's lots of delivery out there that, to be honest, is crap. It's more like a personal training session than an actual coaching session, or an actual football session where they got the ladders out and the hurdles out and they're doing all this. Yeah, it looks great on camera, but does it relate to what they're going to actually do? And in most cases, no. It might get them fit, it might get them, ripped with abs and everything like that, but it's not going to really improve their outlook with the ball. Some people might say, oh yeah, it's going to quicken their feet. It might quicken their feet without the ball, but once they got the ball, are they going to make that link there? Most of the time they won't. So it's got to be the right content, just like with team training. Get them with the ball. I would try to do as much as I can with the ball, and I know that you've got the barrier where you've got to think about, they haven't got lots of other teammates to work with. Well, you can work with them as well. You can interact with them when you're playing with the ball, passing back and forth. You don't have to go steaming in with tackles or anything, but you can put limited pressure as the parents, and get them to put their arms out, get them looking by using cues. You can use cones or anything where they've got to spot them, just to get them in the habit of getting their eyes up, and lots of reducing space. So it's getting them thinking about how they maybe turn or when they got to use a trick. But as long as it's with the ball, try and be creative with it. Now there are some good content out there. So I would say you can look at YouTube, but look out for those things that I just mentioned. There's some people that I could name drop that you could watch. And if you want to know those, just leave a comment below, and I'll send you some links for those as well. And obviously you can watch some of my videos; they're not too bad. They're not too bad as well. And as long as you're trying to keep it specific to the game, as much as you can. Like I said, I know it's one-to-one, and that's very difficult in some scenarios, but if you're creative enough, you can relate it to the game and ask them questions during it as well. Guided discovery is very important still in that as well. I always tend to talk to my players once I've delivered something. I get them thinking about, so when would you might apply that in a game? And I would ask them a lot of things where it's like, why would you use that then? So they can start to associate it with the game as well, and how they might use that, and then they'll try and take them into a scenario where that will become more real to them. So it's those sort of things. So you hear a lot of people say it's pointless doing one-to-one stuff and stuff like that. I feel any good training, any deliberate training is not causing anybody any harm. Okay, when I was a kid, I used to play on my own as well. I would get out in the local garden, or I would get out in the local playing field and just get a ball, and I'll just practice my stuff for myself, or with a wall, rebound surface, working on my first touch, back and forth. All right, and all this I know helped me push on, especially when I got more serious about it. I used to just play on my own all the time, and there was a big peak in my development. Same with my son. When he started to really take it seriously, he just went away, and just all of a sudden for like 6 weeks in the holidays, he was playing all the time, and there was a massive jump. It wasn't my input. It was him on his own, just working on stuff that he maybe saw, or maybe he would ask me that he could work on, and I'll just set him a task and he would get on with it. So those are the sort of things. Those are the four things that I think as a football parents that we need to think about, and some of the basic things that will help better support our kids within the game.
Now that's the end of our parent to coach training series. I hope you enjoyed it.
And have you still not checked out our pro scheme yet? Remember, if you haven't, click the button below at the end of this page and you can check out our pro scheme. Remember, you get player tutorials, parent education courses, and you'll get to use our online tracker as well once you get inside there. Alright, so make sure you click the button below at the end of this page to check that out. If you want to connect with me, make sure you join our Facebook group. Inside, I share lots of coaching tips and lots of educational tips for parents as well about how they can support their children within football away from the game as well. And also you get to communicate and collaborate with other parents and coaches who are sharing similar situations as you. Alright, and I'll leave a link at the end of this page to join that group as well. So make sure you get onto that Facebook group so you can connect with me, and make sure you check out the pro scheme. You won't regret it.